Hey everybody, this is Ian Chiquino commentating once again some more games from the championship bracket of MLG Providence. We've got vileState. He's going to be Protoss, as is always. He's going to be Protoss on the top left side of Taldrim Altar. And his opponent on the right side of the map is going to be MarineKingPrime under the alias Zephyr Prime. He's going to be Terran, as always, as well. Blue, no less, in the top right side of the map. So the last game I commented was actually a MarineKingPrime replay as well. That was a pretty good best-of-3 series between him and Violet. Yep, Violet. So that was a pretty good series. So maybe we'll see another good series out of MarineKingPrime. Haven't commentated any games from State yet, but made it to the championship bracket, so must be a pretty good player. Might see a macro opening from both players here. This is a fairly large map, but then again, we may have something else pop up. Barrack's going to go down here. Let's see if he's going to get gas. Keep an eye on that gas from Marine King. Probe being sent out. Let's see if he's going to go the right direction, left or right. Oh, he chooses right. Probe is going to get lucky this time. Still no gas. Maybe going to go for 14. There it is. Going to go for a 14 gas instead. And Probe heading on across the map. This Marine's not going to be able to get out, so State is going to know well in advance that a gas build is coming, most likely tech. We've kind of seen a fall off in the like the two barracks opening. That was kind of had a lot of play before 1-1-1 kind of really caught on. It seemed like two barracks play was kind of in vogue against in TvP, and then kind of 1-1-1 took over. So what do we have here? Oh, a proxy barracks. Just when I say that, look what he's doing. MarineKingPrime's got to make me look bad. And is State going to be able to scout this out? No, he just walks right on by there. And, ooh, that is so close. Look at that. That's like right here on the edge. I wonder if Marine King actually like went in a game, tested this out to make sure that vision wasn't in vision of a unit just running down this ramp here. Probably did. He's a pretty good guy, pretty good player. So I'm kind of expecting him to do that. And Probe trying to make it up to the top of the ramp, going to scout back in the base, but that's not the direction he needs to be going. He needs to be scouting to the left, but he gets killed. And a reactor, actually. Okay, he's still mining gas. He's still mining gas. He's going to make a factory. But if he makes a factory, he won't have enough to produce a tech lab. Okay, so he's going to go for the two barracks opening. And State, what's he going with? He's got his nexus up, so unfortunately State's going to have to be defensive this game. He's going to have to survive this oncoming push from Marine King. I like this here. I like Marine King putting supply depots up here at the front to simulate a wall, simulate defense, when in actuality he's going to be playing very offensive. He's even getting concussive shell out, Marauder on the way. I don't really like the position of this Marauder rally. I think he should kind of keep it hidden back here until he's ready to push out. Because it's going to be a big giveaway if that Probe walks up there and he sees a Marauder, obviously. But maybe he's just going to push out right now. Okay, yeah, he's just going to go for it right now with the first Marauder. Maybe he is he? Because yeah, now he's going to go, so that wasn't that big of a deal, actually. And State, is he going to walk right by that? Oh, my God, he's building a pylon. He's expecting to do some 3-gate pressure, but he doesn't even miss it. Oh, my God, he misses it. He walks away from the Zelnaga Tower, misses it. And Concussive Shell just now finishing, so he's not going to get that free kill. More Marines, SCVs being pulled out, and he's going for it. He's pulling those SCVs. He's going to lay some bunkers down at the front of his base here. And what does vileState have to defend with this? He's getting his warp gates finished. Warp gate is done. He's making his 4 gateways into warp gates. He's going to be able to get some defense. He's pulling probes up to this base, doing a little transferring. He's got a pylon back here, but I don't really know if he's going to warp in anything to there. He's going to need everything back at his base to defend this. He's going to throw up 2 bunkers here at the front. He's got a lot of stalkers. He needs to focus fire, kill on those SCVs first. Focus fire the Marauder in the back. Probe's being forced to pull out. Both the SCVs are gone. Those guys are dead quick. Marines up the front tanking. Marauders in the back. Concussive Shells is finished. He only has, well, he's got 4 stalkers left, so vileState has played this extremely well. Microing both those guys back, and, oh, actually gets the dead one there. And, wow, nice job from State here, holding this off like a champ. And Marine King is in trouble now. State has his expansion up. He's got 3 warp gates. He can really start applying some pressure back on Marine King, and Marine King doesn't have a command center to speak of. And he's kind of in trouble. He's getting combat shields, though. So we're going to see Marine King transition from that first attack into more of an attack, and that's probably going to be his last attack, depending on how much damage it does. Here come all the SCVs. He pulled the mule for some reason, and combat shields are going to be done here pretty soon, but he doesn't have that many Marines. Now he's pulling the mule back. Kind of odd. I guess he was expecting more attacks coming here, so pretty soon here come the rest of the Zealots and Stalkers coming up. He's going to have a pretty big army, though, and let's see how this fight's going to go. Focus for trying to kill some Marauders there, but Zealot's going to get in the back, going to get a kill. Yes, he gets the kill on one of those Marauders. Finally picks it off here, and State has those Stalkers, so he can do a lot of micro. And really, what can Marine King do at this point? He's throwing down another refinery, and he's throwing up a factory. I don't really know if he's just going to play defense with this army and then try and transition into a I don't know, like medevac, or like, I don't know what he's going to do here, but MarineKingPrime taking some heavy losses. State just needs to play a little bit safer. He can't lose those Stalkers. Losing Zealots not that big of a deal, but he needs to keep those Stalkers alive. Look at back here at his base, though. Macroing up really nice. He's got a lot of mining here from both of his bases. We can check the harvester count, 32 versus 24. A big lead here for vileState going on into the mid-game, starting to research STEM. Has an SCV hanging around here. Doesn't have that much money. Really curious to see what he's going to do with 2 gas and a factory. He's going to throw down a starport. He doesn't have enough minerals yet. Big attack here in the front. Once again, Zealot's pushing up. SCV in the front getting taken out. Marauder coming from behind, kind of distracting that. Big attack here. He's going to lose another Stalker. Yep, loses that Stalker. He hasn't yet started. What is he building now? He's building a tech lab. Okay. All right. What is Marine King is really one-basing this hard. He's not even anticipating building a command center anytime soon. And State, he's got the lead in macro. He's got 38 versus 26. He really doesn't even need to make probes anymore. He's got enough of a lead that as long as if he only makes units, he should be able to win this game. He should be able to hold off this attack and be fine. He doesn't necessarily need to make probes because he already has a lead. But he doesn't know that. He doesn't know that Marine King isn't making a command center. He doesn't know that MarineKingPrime is one-basing. And if he knew that, he probably would stop making probes and just go full-on unit production. And then beating a one fight, he just wins the game. So a probe trying to get in here, sneaking in. Going to go straight for that expansion. What's he going to see? He sees there's no expansion. That's got to leave him a little bit cautious here. And State's going to kill some destructible rocks. If he throws down a third, that's going to be pretty... I don't know. I don't know if I agree with throwing down a third at this point whenever you scout that your opponent doesn't have a second yet, at least at the natural. Whoops. Mouse going crazy there. Going to need to get the mousetrap out. I love that game as a kid. I played mousetrap a lot. Most of the time, it wasn't even really playing the game. It was just kind of messing around with it. So, for those of you who know who Mousetrap is, congratulations. And a Zealot now being sacrificed, once again going to try and get in there, scout out, see if there's an expansion. But once again, he's going to see, you know what, Marine King does not have an expansion. But what he does have is a lot of units, tanks, and a medevac. And Marine King pushing out. He's got such a huge army. Siege tanks close to being finished. Let's check the spinning here. Army is favoring Marine King. We really need to see State put some more investment into army. There he goes. Just warped in some more units. Going to kill this pylon. That's going to work out pretty good. But you can see how much more of economy he's invested than Marine King, just because, of course, he got that for early expansion. So he can sort of afford it. But he needs to get as much in this army tab as possible. He needs to spend as much of that as possible. Even throw up some photon cannons. That's a smart idea. Has to worry about medevacs, or sorry, drop ships and... Banshees at this point. Getting a nice position here. Marine King could take out this expansion, at least deny mining for a little while. And what's State really going to do? He's going to have to maybe attack from the top with some Stalkers and then bring the Zealots in here from the bottom, some attack like that. But Stalker's taking a lot of damage here. He's going to get DTs out. If State can get DTs out, that is really going to cripple Marine King, because Marine King only has one orbital. He can't really afford to use all those scans. But wow, Stalker's falling so fast. He's kind of not playing this correctly, and he's losing all his probes here. Not that big of a deal. Attacking now going to come from the bottom. Rogue Tank going to try and sneak up there, but here we have the big attack from State at the bottom. Here come all the Zealots. They're running in there. Charge is not finished yet. Guardian Shield going up. There's plenty of stim, but look at these SCVs tanking in the front. Some stuck in the back there. Marines doing a lot of damage. Zealots chewing through the rest of this army. And is it going to survive? It looks like the majority of the Marines are still alive. Reinforcements are on the way, and still some units here in the middle. GG from State. So, I mean, what essentially happened in this game was State held off the initial push. He was in the lead. He had his expansion up. He was in the lead, and he I mean, even after losing all of the probes at his expansion, he still has a harvester lead. So I think he just invested maybe a little bit too much in into his workers. It just seemed like he invested too much money in his economy after he already had an economic lead. He scouted. I liked how he kept scouting the natural. He sent in a probe and a zealot to check. Does he have an expansion? Does he have an expansion? No, he doesn't. He doesn't. So he was getting the information he needed that he's not expanding. So he's just reproducing a bigger army and just going to go for this, continue this all in off one base. And he didn't really get the appropriate reaction to that. He didn't just get pure units and get a ton of defense up. And in these positions really favor a Terran just coming sneaking in here, throwing out some siege tanks, and then taking out this expansion. I think the better play that he had with his army here would sort of be to sacrifice, like pull these probes back, take them back to the main, and take the probes from your expansion, take them to the main, and then instead of sacrificing your stalkers to hold off that rush just for a little bit, just take the stalkers with the rest of your forces and just come up from the bottom. And sure, the units will kill some stuff in his expansion, maybe kill his stuff, or maybe kill his nexus. But if he's splitting up his army at the expansion and then also have some of his army down there at the bottom, using your whole army, which is larger, at the bottom half and wipe that out, you're going to have the game won. So I think it was just a mistake there from State, just splitting up his forces whenever he should have just attacked straight into Marine King. So Marine King with a just continued all-in, ends up taking the game. So that's going to put him up 1-0 versus State. We're going to move on to game number 2 coming up.